G'day. Welcome back to the AgriCoach Wealth and Wisdom podcast, the show for families who want more than just financial success. They want to grow and protect their wealth, strengthen relationships, and maintain their success across the generations. I'm Ben Law, I'm the Financial Bloke, back with another solo mini episode. So, let's dive in. When it comes to succession and retirement, there's more than one way to skin that cat. But there's one phrase that frustrates the hell out of me, and that is, the farm's my super, Ben. That belief alone has scuttled more succession plans than I care to admit. Sure, I guess that approach can work if your end game is to sell the farm and ride off into retirement. But if you want to pass on a farm and retire comfortably, you're setting yourself up for serious problems. Too often I see families get to the finish line only to realise they're trapped. They want to stop working, they want to hand things over, but they've got no off-farm assets, no income, no flexibility. And suddenly succession becomes a financial logjam. Now, what are the options? Well, you could sell part of the land, which is ultimately going to cripple the business, or load the next generation with debt and watch them struggle under the weight. Now, let me give you two examples I personally saw. Now, the first family had a successful farming operation, but zero off-farm investments. They'd invested everything back into the business. When it came time to retire, mum and dad wanted a home in town, a modest retirement income independent of the farm, but they also wanted to help out the non-farming kids for a kind of fairness. But selling land meant in this case, they lost operational scale, and their son just, in his mind, couldn't afford to buy them out and keep the business viable. In the end, the son decided to walk away from a multi-generational business and the farm was sold. All that legacy gone, and no one was happy. Now let's compare that to another family. They'd modestly built up a couple of investment properties with debt and a share portfolio over 20 to 30 years. It wasn't a huge nest egg, but it meant they had options. With a small top up from their son, they managed to have enough funds to retire comfortably and look after the other kids off-farm too. That's the difference off-farm wealth makes. Now before I lose you, you might be thinking, hey Ben, I'm better off investing everything back into the land and livestock. And yep, there's money to be made there and possibly more if you're a bloody good operator. But eventually you're going to need liquidity. You need passive income to fund your retirement. You'll need a retirement plan that doesn't force you to gut your operations or crush your kids with debt. So what do you actually need to do about this? Well, first, you need to do what I call a retirement needs analysis, and you need to do that early. You need to think about what kind of lifestyle do you want when you've got to step back or retire? What will it cost, monthly or annually? How much capital will you need to generate that income? Do you need to get a house off farm? Do you need to buy a car, holidays, etc.? Then you need to ask yourself, what would it take to put into the off-farm bucket each year to build up those off-farm assets over the next 10, 20 or 30 years? And you need to probably get someone like a financial advisor or accountant to help you run those numbers. Now, I know what you're thinking. We don't have the money, Ben. There's never any lying around. And I hear that all the time. But here's the truth. Start early and start small. It's not about necessarily going big straight away. It's about consistency. Small amounts invested wisely over time compound far more than you think. Start with 10 grand a year and do that for 15 years and it's going to add up fast. But Ben, I'll make a far better return improving the farm or buying more land. And yep, I get it. I said that already, and this can be definitely true over the short to medium term. But sometimes this just isn't all about ROI. It's about options. If you don't build some flexibility into your wealth, you're going to pay for it later with fewer choices, more debt, and more pressure on the next gen. Remember, you'll either pay a little now or you'll pay a lot later. It's your call. But Ben, we don't know how to build off-farm wealth. That's a fair point too. Most families weren't taught how. Now, the real problem isn't a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of someone you can trust to guide you. You've got to find someone who understands farming, understands investing, and puts your long-term family goals first. Do some research to talk to some friends you know that are successful and who do they use. Talk to your accountant, your banker. Try and find someone to give you that hand. But ultimately, we're here to build something that gives your family choices, not roadblocks. Now, if this episode hit home, I want you to share it with another farming family who needs to hear it. And if you want to know more about what we do at AgriCoach, visit agricoach.com.au. Until next time, I'm Ben Law, I'm the Financial Bloke. And remember, it's more important who you are than what you have. I'll see you next time.